You know the exact feeling: a sudden silence when you walk into a room, a text thread that goes on without you, an invitation that never arrives. It is the quiet, freezing sensation of being deliberately left on the outside, looking in. We generally treat a broken bone or a sprained ankle as a legitimate injury. We go to the doctor, we rest, and we respect the damage. But when someone ignores us or leaves us out, we usually dismiss it as a transient emotional slight. Yet the language we use to describe that exclusion is strikingly physical. We say we are crushed, we have a broken heart, or feel kicked in the stomach. Neuroimaging shows that this anatomical language describes a literal biological event. The human nervous system processes the experience of being ignored as a severe, immediate threat to physical safety. This neurological overlap challenges the traditional separation of emotional and physical trauma, suggesting our definitions of pain are far too narrow. Look at a standard mechanical injury. When you stub your toe, nerve endings at the impact site immediately fire an urgent distress signal. That signal races up your spinal cord. In the brain, dedicated pain centers light up, triggering a system-wide alarm. Humans also possess specific neural pathways dedicated to cognitive thought and social perception. When reading a dismissive message or realizing you've been excluded, that information enters your eyes as a purely sensory realization. But that social signal bypasses the brain's logical processors. It strikes and illuminates the exact same physical pain region activated earlier. Because the brain uses the same hardware for both experiences, the feeling of being left out is a neurologically painful event at the cellular level. To understand why our circuitry is wired this way, we look to early human history. On a vast, barren landscape, isolation meant absolute vulnerability. Early humans relied on group cohesion to avoid predators and secure food. Without the tribe, the chances of surviving the elements dropped to near zero. Biology needed an internal alarm system so intense that it would be impossible for an individual to ignore. It needed a way to prevent us from wandering away from the safety of the group. Instead of building a new social alarm system, the brain repurposed its existing physical pain network. This evolutionary shortcut weaponized the sensation of physical agony to enforce social bonds. The intense discomfort of rejection ensured our ancestors remained within the safety of the tribe. This hijack makes the pain of social rejection a highly effective biological survival tool, hardwired into us to keep us connected. Recognizing the biological reality of this pain circuitry requires a shift in how we handle social exclusion today. We have clear protocols for treating physical wounds, yet we often provide no active intervention for social injuries. A triggered neurological pain center demands care, regardless of whether the trigger was a physical blow or a social slight. To calm the brain's heightened state of alarm, we require external signals of safety and belonging. Empathy and support send those specific signals, physically deactivating the brain's pain centers and lowering the body's threat response. This makes acts of inclusion a form of targeted neurological intervention with a unique capacity to quiet the brain's pain response and allow the social wound to heal.